It turns out driver assist systems really do seem to be reducing car crashes. That's according to AMI's new motor report. 70% of motorists with driver assistance reported improved safety, with 12% admitting they wouldn't have the confidence to parallel park without it. Joining us now is David Linklater from Driven, the editor. Good morning, David.
Good morning.
Let's start with the accidents, the crashes. What is the data telling us about the technology that's in the cars and what it's doing to our accidents?
The technology is telling us that the accidents are slowly reducing. The rate of churn in new cars, it takes about a decade for a car fleet to refresh. So this is quite new technology, so it comes through quite slowly. But AMI has identified a 7% reduction in crashes since 2023. And that's good data because it's one of the largest insurer groups and it's well over 200,000 claims per year that it handles. So it knows its stuff.
And so let's assume that's true. That's fantastic. How do we know it's the cars, not the roads, etc.?
Because these are collisions. So about 60% of those claims are collisions, and that's not just car-to-car accidents, that's minor collisions like hitting a wall or, accidents when you're parallel parking or wiping a mirror off on someone else's car. I mean, I don't know, how's your parking, Ryan? Is it good?
It's never been great.
You're prone to hitting the odd curb?
Well, actually, I've come into the building here one morning because in my car you have to press a button to make the sound ding, when you get close to the wall.
Okay, yeah.
And one morning I didn't press the button. And this is the problem with technology. Great when it's working, but not so great when it's not. I didn't press the button and I just hit the wall because I was so used and accustomed to the sound.
You get used to it. That's the problem, and that's the problem for people maybe in fleets or sometimes for us in our job when you're hopping from car to car. All cars are slightly different. You need to be aware of what you got and what you don't have.
True.
But yeah, ADAS, so Advanced Driver Assistance Systems, and that's just basically anything that's camera or sensor based that helps you drive, and that's really the technology they're talking about.
What's been the biggest advancement, do you think, for safety? Is it, obviously the airbag's pretty good,
yeah.
But you've got now, like if you get out of the lane, it makes a little buzz sound or makes a noise, all sorts of new stuff. What's the kind of, the peak of safety?
Peak of safety, we're still finding a way, I think, because a lot of drivers would tell you, one of the survey results was that I think half of drivers under 40 definitely want lots of ADAS in their car. There's probably lots of drivers over 40, and this is a David fact, not an official fact, would probably say they would like a bit less, because we're still finding a way. A lot of it's quite intrusive. There's always something beeping and bonging at you as you're driving along, but it works, and it works to keep you at the speed limit because there's driver distraction warnings and speed limit warnings now. Lots of cars have traffic sign recognition, so they can read the speed signs and they'll give you a warning when you go over the speed limit. Not a bad thing, I quite like that.
That's
actually.
Quite good.
Yeah. At the very basic level, autonomous emergency braking is something that most new cars have now, and that's just a very simple thing that has a sensor that will stop you hitting somebody else in traffic. If you get too close to another car or to a wall in your case when you're parking, it'll just automatically apply the brakes and stop you hitting them.
Really?
Yeah.
What if you want to hit them?
You can turn it off. You can always turn them off.
But is that in new cars now on the roads in New Zealand?
Most new cars.
Wow.
So it's not mandated in New Zealand.
I need to upgrade.
In lots of countries it is mandated, and I would say most new cars in New Zealand have at least autonomous emergency braking.
Wow. Okay.
And that's really what's helping reduce a lot of those sort of really low speed, heavy traffic collisions, because it's preventing cars from hitting each other, if you're a bit distracted when you're pulling up to the red light with a car in front of you and you're not paying attention, it will actually prevent you from hitting the car in front.
9 out of 10 of the top crash hotspots are in Auckland or around Auckland. Yeah. Is that just because of the population? What's that about?
I guess it's just population, it's traffic density. I mean, the takeaway is don't drive in Auckland.
Around other people.
Yeah, around other people, yeah. Yeah, that's just, it's population. It's, we have the heaviest traffic. Yeah, Christchurch got a look in. Morehouse Avenue in Christchurch is one of them. So,
interesting.
We haven't forgotten the South Island.
David, appreciate your time this morning. Thanks so much for being with me. That's David Linklater, who's with us from Driven, the editor there.